Good Tuesday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get airborne with our primary live trade brief. Welcome to the next 4 years of Wiz wearing Colorado hockey gear or merchandise. Speaking of, I think Arrow was going to help Susie with No Fallen Heroes merchandise store. Glad I just remembered that. Online stuff, so we don't even have to touch anything. There she is. Get with Susie, Aaron, if you can. That would be awesome. Okay. It was just so fun yesterday seeing Fauci leave his house. And again, Democrats just twisting themselves into a pretzel, folks. This can't be understated, folks. This can't be understated. People were shunned, banned, called racist. Remember, if you said this came from a lab in China, you were a racist. Where do you go to get your social media accounts back or an apology from the mob? They'll never apologize, clearly. They're doing the whole, mistakes were made, can't we all just get along? No, we can't. Is that your form of an apology? So we were right. They were wrong. Usually we don't like to spike the football, but in this case, yeah, you can when you're called a racist or a xenophobe or whatever the hell that means. Is that something from the movie Aliens? Even though I'm a lot more centered, this still kind of pisses me off. And the Democrats still went into a pretzel mode yesterday of, we can't, low confidence. So you're telling me every intelligence agency has to agree on something? Oh, is that where we are? Now you're back down to, our intelligence agencies suck. I thought they were good, or they suck, or they aren't, or they're good. They're good when they go after Donald Trump. They're bad when they come out with the truth, right? And it's funny because some people online yesterday were doing the whole, it's from the Department of Energy. So, who are those people? They run the fucking labs, you morons. All these people that are like, it wasn't like the CIA. It's the Department of Energy who's in charge of labs in our country and kind of monitoring shit around the world. That's why it's the Department of Energy, you morons. Can't stand when people, they immediately attack the source. And then late as the day went on, that all kind of died. But the defensiveness of this, I'm telling you, folks, if somebody just got up there once from Joe Biden to Fauci and said, you know what, fucked it up. I am so sorry. It will never happen again. I would go, all right, I can put that behind us. But this, the way they're still kind of squirming. Biological weapon released on the world, and we're still kind of like hemming and hawing about it. Millions of people died. If I were president, I'd give these people a fucking invoice. Geez, I'd fly. I'd get on. I'd be like, hey, what's up, Mr. President? Get Air Force One ready. We're taking off in 3 hours. I'm going direct to China. Did you call them? No. Let's just, how about they just shoot me down? I'm going and I'm landing in Beijing and I'm driving to the dude's fucking house and I'm giving him an invoice. Don't pay it. We're done. I would force the NBA, LeBron, Apple, Starbucks, everybody to choose. That's why I'll never be president. Anyway, so we laugh because there's a whole stack of COVID crash books over there. We got it right. Lost social media accounts, was shadow banned, still shadow banned. I'm still restricted on Facebook, the Top Gun Options page, for putting the truth out about all this stuff. But who cares? At the end of the day, folks, we made money. We made a shitload of money. I started a foundation after making a shitload of money. A lot of you all made a shitload of money. So good stuff. Brent, you can't make this up. I mean, they're still doing the masking thing. I love the argument today going on this morning in front of the Supreme Court about Joe Biden waving a $400 billion magic wand. Not Joe Biden, King Biden. Isn't it insane? The man should be impeached. The President of the United States takes an oath of office to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. The dude even said this publicly, repeatedly. I don't think I can do that. I don't have the authority to do that. What did the Speaker of the House say about the student loan forgiveness? He can't do that. It's unconstitutional. Joe Biden did it and looked into the camera and said, well, I'll see you in court. Isn't that great? I know I'm most likely breaking the law, but I'm still going to do it because it's in front of the election and I need these idiot kids to vote for me. The president of the United States, the chief law enforcement, looked into the camera and said, yeah, it's probably illegal, but I'm still going to do it. Impeach him. Could you imagine if Donald Trump said that? Yeah, it's illegal. I don't think it's constitutional. I'm doing it anyway. I'll see you in court. Their faces would melt off like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Doesn't matter. $400 billion magic wand. You know who I think about in the student loan debt forgiveness? The women and men who joined the United States military to pay for college and died. Do you imagine being the parent or a spouse of somebody? I know there's a whole list of them. And of course, it's buried in the media. Remember that? Join the Army and we'll help you pay for college. People joined the Army and some of them died. Could you imagine being their families looking at the debt relief like, so my son died to pay for college and Joe Biden's just going to wipe some of this clean? That's who I think about. It's fucking people. They're a disgrace. Hungary demands UN investigation into scandalous attack on Nord Stream pipeline. So, ladies and gentlemen, we covered this yesterday. The fractures are appearing. Hungary. This dude, I like this guy. He's a good prime minister, whatever his rank is. He's a good dude. Scandalous attack. Oh. 3 of the 4 natural gas pipelines were sabotaged last September. 3 of the 4 because the last one, the charges didn't explode. They had been underwater for a long time. Did all of you read Seymour Hersh's report? Pulitzer Prize investigative journalist who you don't hear a peep about. Again, if Donald Trump had done, this is an act of war, ladies and gentlemen. We blew up a fucking pipeline, a Russian pipeline. Anthony Blinken, hours later, said, well, this is great news for us because then it's going to force Europe not to buy their oil from Russia. Wow. Wow. Folks at the CIA and State Department, some of them said what? This covert operation was an act of war. Don't do this. It's stupid, and it'll be a political nightmare if it comes out. It's out, but the media are covering for Joe Biden. The United States of America committed an act of war. Did you vote for that? So the guy who all right, we're pulling out of Afghanistan. If you're an American in this country, you have until midnight to get to this gate. Oh, and by the way, I just told everybody in the Taliban that Americans have to come to this gate. Good luck. So there's the people waging our foreign policy, blowing up fucking pipelines. I'm telling you guys, this is not. All right, quick brief. This is going to get worse. Done. Mass drone attack unleashes chaos and air raid sirens where? Inside Russia. Oh, I thought this was a defensive war to expel Russians out of Ukraine. No, we're actually. Did you see the chief of staff or whatever he said the other day? That was quickly taken down. Did you see what the Ukrainian dude said? Our tanks will be in Red Square. Call me crazy. That's a little bit of it. I get if it's hyperbole and you want to motivate your troops. Keep poking a nuclear power who promises if we're really backed into a corner and getting our ass kicked, we're going to nuke. No, they won't. I'm telling you, folks, I see this coming. And the Ukrainians are getting desperate. Why? Because of this. Apparently, Joe Biden, even though publicly he's like, I stand with all these people, not in Ohio, I'm in Ukraine. I stand with all these people and everything's great. And then behind closed doors said, dude, you got to get your ass moving or you're losing us. Not me, because I just throw money around. I waved a pencil and got rid of $400 billion. So, getting worse on a daily basis. And yay, killing. Love all the people in this country who just celebrate killing. They're cowards. Cowards fight proxy wars, folks. You go punch somebody and then you run back to go on your lawn. Remember those people growing up? Those punks? I'm going to run back home. Russia turns to China yuan to an effort to ditch the dollar. See how this is all kind of swirling? All this timing? Do you think the Department of Energy release the other day was coincidence, or China's thinking about giving aid and comfort to our enemy? You know what? Let's let the lab leak thing out. You want to do that? We're going to tell the world you did this. And then what did we do? Nothing. National Security Advisor. Well, I don't know if they did it or not. Department of Energy says they did. Well, so we're half pregnant again with this. But ladies and gentlemen, Moscow has jettisoned longstanding concerns about giving China too much leverage over its economy. Done with the dollar. We will look back on this nice slam in SPX. I think it was the Chicago PMI. That was a perfect snipe up at 4,000. Should have done it. Didn't. Chicago PMI implosion. S&P Case-Shiller, a little bit of a miss. Not well, folks. Look at last month's the Case-Shiller, 6.8. They were saying, oh man, it's going to implode to 4.7, 4.6. Housing market is done. Holy shit. Oh my God, I haven't looked at this chart. So there's the COVID, we're all going to die, stay at home. And oh my God. Wow. Holy crap. I haven't looked at that, man. Whoa, look at the conference board number. Whoa. Raising rates in a smashing economy. Look at the conference board. Look at the Richmond Fed, Mid-Atlantic states. -6, -11. We're really going to improve our average. -16. Wow. Well, you know what the increase in home sales was, Bob? Talking to people down here. Massive price slashing. When I get a call from the lady in Aspen that says, oh, hey, Wiz, haven't talked to you in a while. I'm like, let me guess. That Aspen housing market's broken. Oh, no, we're still straight. Come on, dude. You lie to chicks. You don't lie to me. 39.75 is the new Mason-Dixon line. All right, let me finish up this stuff. But, folks, we will look back years from now and go, remember when the dollar was the world's currency and then we elected an 80-something-year-old invalid? Blah, blah, blah. We laughed about this yesterday. It's a red line if they provide weapons to Russia. Why wouldn't they? And isn't this, again, if you've ever been in the military or the business, you have got to put yourself in your enemy's shoes and mindset. That was my job as a professional adversary. Just like Clint Eastwood in Firefox, when he was trying to fire his missiles. You must think in Russian. If you think like your enemy, could you imagine China getting scolded by Mumbles McShittypants or this criminal, Jake Sullivan, who should be in jail? China sitting there going, did they just tell us not to give weapons to Moscow, or it's a red line? Ooh, it's so stupid. So, but put yourself in the minds of your enemy. You know what? Now we're definitely giving them weapons, because I can't wait to see LeBron on his knees in China begging for forgiveness. I can't wait to see what Apple does. You know what? Send as many weapons as we can, as publicly as we can. How dare they tell us? So only the United States can provide weapons to a war. We can't. That's how they're thinking, folks. Having Jake Sullivan and Mumbles McShittypants tell China they can't do something, now you've actually forced them to do it. Is that reverse strategy? Operational, folks. Goldman Sachs sucks. David Solomon needs to worry more about their CEOs have sucked. From Lloyd Blankfein, remember him? I remember the one morning I just destroyed. Not that he cares. Lloyd Blankfein woke up like trolling Trump or something on Twitter. I'm like, dude, did you not just see your last earnings? Your fixed income currency and commodity division got destroyed. Why don't you spend more time running Goldman Sachs and less time on Twitter? I think that's before COVID, and my account got destroyed, one of my 5 accounts. But David Salmon is awful. He flies around on the Goldman Sachs jets all the time, goes to the Hamptons, and he's a DJ. He's down here in Miami often, appearing. We're considering strategic alternatives for our credit card and specialty lending businesses. No offense to the unwashed masses, which I'm one of. This was stupid. Goldman Sachs, blue blood, investment banker, 150 years, 170 years, however long, and you're dealing with the unwashed masses. Culture, collision, failure. I told you years ago when they were going to, Goldman Sachs is getting it. I guarantee you I said this. I don't remember the webinar or whatever, but I know I said this on day one. I'm like, going to fail. Absolutely going to fail. Every time I've told you about the Goldman Sachs suit indicators, I thought it was bullshit and I saw it. Every time Goldman Sachs goes polo shirts and khaki pants and relaxes what they do, they get destroyed. The market crashes. Every time they're 3-piece suits, Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, they print money. This was dumb. David Salmon needs to go. Green sky and cards more profitable. What done, idiot. Very, 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 very volatile month. Say it with me. February shit show complete. Nailed it. Short squeeze to start the month, and a shit show ensued. Down 8 and ahead. Well, today, maybe 10%. What's that? 4,200, 4,175 to 3,975. What's that? Yeah, I don't know. I can't do public math. Didn't do my yoga this morning. So, yeah, exactly. Houston Rockets. Tredge. Did everybody see Tredge this morning? So, initial, I'd look at a bear call. Somebody wrote this in the damn it. I'd look at a bear call spread right here. Whatever it is, I'd fire a bear call spread up here. But that's the tactical. Let me finish the brief. Retail chains sales guidance, or Surge did, yeah. See, this is why you need to be in the max afterburner. Whoever said that, I'm like, I like that. Fire that. Let me say that to the brief, but fire that. There you go, Surge, right there. Watching Target this morning. So let's dig in. Wiz, it's up 2%. Rear view mirror. The news is already out. Sell. Retail chain sales guidance for 2023 reflects caution on consumer spending. So the same morning, Target's like, yeah, we kind of did okay, but the future sucks. You get the conference boards, consumers. I would be fire right now, bearish on this. Slower sales growth and rising operating costs, ladies and gentlemen. We have to pay our workers more because inflation is raging. By the way, raging inflation, people aren't buying their, T-shirts and everything they buy here as they are. Higher operating costs, lower sales growth is a shit show for a stock. Your commit criteria for getting bearish on Target is literally that first sentence right there. And let's keep going. Brian Cornell said what? Continues to be a very challenging environment. Ooh. Strong sales in food, beauty essentials such as paper towels are offsetting weaker what? Consumer spending and other. So listen to me, folks. If I've given this brief maybe 90 times in my career. If you want a recession portfolio right now, you go to this, who is it? Procter & Gamble. Unless it really gets bad, people are still going to need shampoo, toilet paper, and soap. But look at what they said here. Food, beauty, and essentials such as paper towels. People need this shit. Guess what? They don't need other shit, and it's slowing down. I remember growing up, folks, where paper towels was a luxury. I got to be honest with you. I have no shame in telling you this. My mom, man, if you used a paper towel for something, it better be for a tourniquet. We're planning our business cautiously in the near term. Okay. If anything, folks, because people are sitting here like, well, why is it up right now, Wiz? I'll bet you people were in here. This is a short squeeze. I'd fire a weekly options trade right now. That is not a good report. That's probably way too many contracts, but I'm just, oh God, yeah. 72% probability? Shit. 35. Man, that's a high probability one, but I like this. And the S&P is rolling over. This is an aggressive trade, folks, but what's this, the 172.5? That's up here. I'm going to fire this one. I'm going to sell 35 of the March 3rd 172.5. So I'm going to buy the 175s, 86 cents, risk in 57 to make 3. 60% probability, folks. So that's not, damn it. I did not. Let me pull up a different account. I got to zero out this account. I had to do that to Solo yesterday. That's really annoying. Let me go over to, weekly options. Weekly option is, you used to have these memorized, 4,700. 4,700. $4,700. All right, good. Nothing's in here. SPX is bouncing a little bit. You can sit. So there's two ways to trade this, man. You could be aggressive or you could not, or you could do nothing. It's up to you. $172.5, 175. $175, 177.5. Folks, this is a little bit more conservative, but you're risking more. Okay. For this model portfolio, $5,000 is my max potential risk. I could always come down in the contracts a little bit, maybe 30. I like this one a little bit more. I'm going to do that one. And, worst case scenario, you could always dogfight this with a weekly iron condor, right? Let's say it kind of gives, there's a gap move, right? Here's half the gap. Let's just put this in here. I'm going to put that in there. There's the open. There's the gap. Maybe a little bit lower than that. Yeah, I mean, there's half the gap. So he didn't fill it yet. This is a little decision point here. There's half the gap. There's the top of the gap move. Well, let me bring it down. 172 right there and a half. It's going to roll, I think. Let's do this one. 175, 177.5. Risk in 57 to make 18. That's a nice looking trade. I'm going to fire it so I can try and get filled, and then I'll take screenshots. Mike in here already beating us to it. See, I love this. Look at the lifetime group, man. Nice job, Mike. Let me go back and take screenshots of this. All right, why did that go away? All right, there's the leg down that we needed. All right, I'm chasing this, but I want to get filled on this. 58 cents I'm going to try. Or if it keeps dropping, do the 172.5. You can always roll the strikes down, right? That's why I give you a range. Damn it. All right, it's starting to run away. You can always roll the strikes down. This what Great demonstration live of rolling down the strikes just in case. It's not following the S&P, which is interesting. We're getting some bounces, a little bit of a heart rate monitor. Damn it. You know what? Cancel. I'm going lower. Amateur hour is over, so that's going to get hammered. 172.5, 175. Yeah. Sell 30, 172.5 calls, buy the 175s, risking about 5 to make 25. Aggressive trade, weekly options trade. I'll send this out to primary and weekly. File, save as. Target. We used to, I traded Target every once in a while. I like, this is a shot of opportunity, man. Those earnings are not good. They were good, but it's all in the outlook, right? This is another reason, my commit criteria would be once the market digests the outlook, it ain't good. Save as target 228 metric. $84, $83. Whoa. I'll do the text and email alert at the end. Get some more stuff to. Damn. Jesus, God. Well, there you go, folks. I needed to, when I started the brief, I had it sitting over here on the screen. Look at that. Had to hover. Look at that. Filled the gap. Did anybody get filled? Shit. We tried right here. My timing was off by about 1 minute. My bad. Sorry, folks. Oh, nice job, Frank. Dang. Woo. So, folks, lesson learned. When you see a pop on earnings like that and the forward look sucks, pound the shit out of it if it opens up. Nope, missed that one. Home prices tumbled for the 6th straight month in December. So, folks, again, yesterday, well, it was good news with home sales, through the roof because they're slashing prices like crazy. So, again, it's a weird standoff with people like either should I get in now or the price is going to crash even more. So this is so the weakest since July of 2020. We're seeing a lot of these type of macroeconomic reports, aren't we, folks? Aren't we seeing a lot of these since something 2020? Isn't that weird? No, it isn't weird because we know exactly what's going on. Look at the S&P 500. And whoever, Randy, nice job with your Amazon bear call spread, folks. If, here's yesterday, man. Here's our brief yesterday, bear call spread. If you're up, remember, let's do a 1 day. 5 or 4, 5, 6. If I'm looking at a 40, 50, 60% profit in a day, I'd consider closing it. 7, 8, 9 is usually, a couple days, 2 to 5 days in weekly options trading. Okay. So nice job, Randy, closing. If Amazon apparently hit your 1 day profit target. So nice job managing that, man. I like it. All right. SPX. So, folks, when you start seeing all this macroeconomic, it's because of this. We're at like 2020 whatevers. Yeah, of course we are. because this is all bullshit. This is Jerome Powell jumping in to save. There's COVID. Let me drop this in here. There's Jerome Powell's financial nuke, and then here's just this is the air coming out, man. I'm telling you, this should have been a deeper drill bid here. 3,300 is definitely doable. Let me draw some tactical ones here real quick. Since I just cleared them out, let's go 4,000. 75 is where we're chopping around literally right now. Keep those in here for now. Okay. So home sucks. Investors are bracing for a surge in market volatility. We're ready for it, right? Keep your powder dry, folks, and get ready for a big surge in volatility. We've always talked about this in this low volatility environment. What are you talking about, Wiz? It says surge in volatility. Ladies and gentlemen, with what I just told you about China, I can't even believe we're still in a live trade brief, and I'm talking about war in Europe. And China providing weapons to Russia and us saying don't do it. Every once in a while, I have to jump outside of me and go, I can't believe you're talking like this. There's a war in Eastern Europe, and the VIX is at 21. And a madman in the Kremlin says he'd use nukes if they are losing, they're going to use nukes. Yeah, the market doesn't care. Market only cares when it cares. But people kind of telling me right now, or the market or Wall Street Journal article saying, hey, get ready for volatility. Duh. Filled the gap almost, and a little bit of a bounce. So let's keep an eye on this. I'm going to stay here at 84 cents in case we get a little bit of a bounce. So yeah, bracing for market volatility. I laughed at this last night, folks. This is just, people are stupid. The wokeism in this country is insane, right? The wokeism in this country is insane. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but ladies and gentlemen, JP Morgan yesterday or whenever it was, $175 million franc acquisition. Let me lead with this. The idiots on Wall Street, the smart money on Wall Street got conned once again by a chick in a black turtleneck. Can I declare myself a female? Of course I can. I woke up today and I'm a woman. And if you don't respect that decision, it's a hate crime. It's a microaggression. But I'm a woman now and I'm going to put a turtleneck on. Can Wall Street throw me a shitload of money? I sent this tweet to JP Morgan last night. I'm like, you spent $175 million on bullshit. This lady had some college finance site that was bullshit. She made up, where is it down here, that they had 4 million followers and stuff like that. And they found out that it was all bullshit. It's in here, folks. But whatever. I read it all and I sat here and I laughed. There was nothing in this company. And they hired 6 of their executives to be JP Morgan executives. And they fired all those people too. Now they're suing this lady. Disastrous. Yeah, I'll share this with you. You got to read this. It's somewhere in here, folks. But I read it and I laughed. But there you go, folks. I'm a female and I wear a black turtleneck. And I tell you, I have 4. So again, who should be fired? I get they're fired. They're suing this lady now, and they fired the executives that came over in the transition. They dug into it, and they're like, there aren't 4 million followers. That was kind of a lie. Who the fuck in JP Morgan did the due diligence on this? Where's Jamie Dimon? This is how I got hired at that Chicago trading firm. I went in there and did shit like this. Who was in charge? Well, this team. I'm like, fuck your team. Who was in charge of that team? Guess who ended up being in charge of due diligence going forward at our Chicago firm? This guy. Due diligence on Thinkorswim Invest Tools, Options Express, bunch of other things where are you kidding me? But maybe I couldn't survive today because I probably would have sat in a room and they'd be like, that's a hate crime. She's a female and we believe all women. Remember that? The Me Too movement. Believe all women. Oh, okay. Unless it's the woman that accused Joe Biden of sexual assault. Yeah, we bury that. Can you believe this? So read this article when you get a chance, just so you can laugh at how stupid the smart money can be. Or they just close their eyes, right? It's a quota. It's a quota. Unbelievable. Yeah, mission tuition. And you know how they found out about this? The lady like sent an email out to like the JP Morgan asset management team. And she had already been like fired. She's still trying to do shit in the background. 30-year-old CEO. Okay. That I thought when I made managing director and then CEO of Peak Six Media at 38 was a big deal. But Jamie Dimon, this was a huge mistake. Yeah, here it is. They brought on 15 Frank employees, some of them executive managing director level. But following its investigation and subsequent lawsuit, they booted 6 of them. This was in the Wall Street Journal, too. I saw this in Forbes first. But, yeah, there's a... JP Morgan had been tight-lipped about the extent of the due diligence it conducted. You think? Ladies and gentlemen, do you not remember the Scaramucci mooch due diligence of FTX? Do you remember Mr. Wonderful? Mr. Kevin O'Leary? Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme. It's disgusting. It's a disgrace. You'll lose all your money. Here's $15 million. I love Bitcoin. The risk management department at FTX is the best I've seen. The fact that these people are still allowed on TV is a joke. Oh my God. Do you remember our competitor in Chicago? Susquehanna. Do you remember the emails that we saw about their due diligence of FTX? I love this guy. Look, he's not even paying attention to our due diligence call. He's playing a fucking video game. I want that to sink in. Again, 2 of the best hedge funds I've ever seen in my career are right here. Why? Because we're not fucking idiots. Look at him. He doesn't even care about our due diligence call. He's playing a video game. That's how confident he is. Could you imagine me on that call with Sam Bankman-Fried? I would have did, and I love Terry Duffy. I've interviewed Terry Duffy, a great dude on the options cocktail. He runs the CME in Chicago. He called bullshit on the guy. He's like, let me see all X, Y, and Z. And the guy's like, Sam Bankman-Fried's like, no, if you don't trust me, we can't do it. All right, get the fuck out. You're a fraud. I would have destroyed this guy. You can't say, I absolutely can say it because I've seen guys like that, and I call bullshit on it. Get out of here. Are you kidding, Frank? Where did you see this? No fucking way. That's because billions became broke and woke. Wow. That's how desperate they are. They lost me. They lost a lot of people. Dude, that is fantastic. Mr. whatever his name is. I was never a Mike Pence guy. Or what is that his name? No, that's the vice president. The hell's the guy's name? The bald dude. You stole my shaman. All right. Anyway, so that was funny. That Mike Prince. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. So we all laughed, ladies and gentlemen, that the Fed's going to raise the net. I already saw this in political circles yesterday. Who was it? Somewhere I read this somebody predicted, like, as we get closer to the election, Democrats are going to say that inflation's racist, 2.0 is insane, and they're going to raise it and declare victory. It's coming, folks. How about now? We good? I don't know. Again, go to webinar, just randomly silences the microphone. So there's the debit spread. We have the 4,000 and 39.75. I would not worry about this, folks, because of what? March 7th. So the bear call spread's looking great. It's the debit spread that's sitting here going, come on, baby. And we're right there. Look at us, the 49. I didn't get filled on this one. I kept my original one, which is up like 16 grand because the debit spread is doing great. So this is a hold, the 4,000, 39.75. We're literally at 39.80 right now. So if you're in this one, this is good. You might even, I don't know what the debits or the credit spread's at, but the 4,100, 4,125. If it's again 7, 8, 9, if you're looking at a 70, 80, 90% profit, go ahead and close that. Let's go back to Tredge real quick. I should keep it up on my other screen here. Oh, man. Well, whoever got 88 cents, you're welcome. There we go. Melting down, baby. Yeah. Damn it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. We chased it. We tried to do it live. So this is, we talked about this yesterday. 4,000 is kind of the Mason-Dixon line. I mean, it's decision point, folks, because what? I told you yesterday, look at the MACD down here. It's wide open, folks. It ain't even close to crossing. So the bias is to the downside, period. That's just, and there's your bearish pennant right there, and we're breaking down through it. Does everybody have a Tredge on or a hedge? This is a hold. Does anybody need to see a new one? Because get ready for the rollover. Let's red team a rollover. Peace in Ukraine. China says, oh, yeah, Jake Sullivan and mumbles McShitty Pants. We're not going to deliver weapons. The rest of earnings are fantastic. Jerome Powell or Fed lieutenants, you know what? We are going to raise the inflation rate. That'll be bullish, folks. That ain't happening anytime soon. Let me turn it over to you guys. Somebody red team a rollover or a further downside here. Even though we talked about this yesterday in Solo Amazon, rip your face off rally, sell off. Rip your face off rally, sell off. These bear market rallies can be violent. This one's shorter than the last one, folks. They're getting smaller and smaller. Somebody red team my bearishness. Peace in Ukraine. Fed capitulates. China, I don't know. Somebody help me. So somebody red team my red team. Somebody give me why you're bullish. Biden or science. All right. Well, good, Aaron. So Arrow, I like the fact that people, Jerome Powell cuts rates. That ain't happening anytime soon. I appreciate the red team, but what happened yesterday? We talked about in Solo Amazon that the market is kind of what? Settling into the fact that Jerome's doing, hey, this guy actually sounds like he's serious, right? So he would, yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. Red team, you got to throw anything out there that could possibly happen. He is going to pause and he is going to pivot eventually out here. But we got a lot of white space before this guy even is close. So this is if you're not in the Max Afterburner or the Hunters, you got to sit here and kind of do your own red team. This is what I did before having you all up in Chicago. It's a lot easier. You have 100 red teamers who are dying to point out how stupid that trade is. Bob, I like that. That's a good one, Bob. Hey man, we could get a technical bounce here. Oh, Beetlejuice. Did you see yesterday the newest scandal? They're like forcing convicts. They delivered a shitload of ballots to the jails. Inmates are forced to vote for her. I don't care about Chicago, man. I'm sorry if you live there. Deal with it. When Ken Griffin pitched his tent and down here in Miami in Brickell, it's over with for Chicago. You walk down the Miracle Mile, man. There's stores boarded up. It's whatever. People deserve it. That's not nice. It is nice. if you vote for something and you get what you voted for, that's nice. Yeah, but there's higher crime in it. Then don't vote for what you voted for before. Vote for something different that actually must take care of that. No, we're always told to vote like this. Definition of insanity coming to mind. Oh, you expect a different result with the same Beetlejuice. I just don't care anymore. I love living in the free republic of Florida. There goes the S&P 500. Did Target follow? Dang it. That sucks. Man. Look at this. We were trying to get, what was that, 60 cents? It's at 39 right now. Tried to get 84. It's at 64. You could fire a sniper on SPX right now. So here comes the breakdown. So next stop is 39.40 on the S&P 500. We're going to see a technical breakdown. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Let's go do that. Let's go out a couple weeks. Let's give us an SPX slam. That's what I was. 40.50. I want at least protection through the 10th. The 10th. 40.50. I'm just going to build as we go here. 40.75. Man, there goes SPX. Let's get this shit done. I like that. Risking 55 to make 2. That's a high probability trade. Okay. Let me grab screenshots of this. File, save as. SPX 228. Remember, as I do these, you could say, you know what? I'm just going to do the bear call spread. I'm not going to do a debit spread. Or I could just buy puts. So let's risk in 55 to make 2 because it's running away from me a little bit. Oh, wait. 85. There we go. There you go. That's better. Back to the 5-ish. 55 to make 2. So you can just be happy with this, folks. It's a trade that's a week out. Making $2,000 a week out. You can just sit there. You don't have to do what I'm about to keep doing. So step 1, here's one trade. SPX 228 metric. So this can be it for you if you like it. But we just brought in a credit of $2,000, right? Yeah, I'll end on that, Bob, because the answer right now is no. But so the answer right now being no with volatility means it should be yes. And I'm being a little bipolar, but I'll explain that in a second. All right, so there's a bear call spread. And then if we're going to hit some stuff with airspeed, what's down here? 39. The 100-day is at what? 39.19. Let's go up a little bit. 39.25. Let's look at 39.25, 3,900. Let's buy 39.25 and sell 3,900. So let's stop right here. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do anything. Okay? But if you think we're smashing, then all right, so look at this. So we're spending, this is a debit spread, right? We're coming out of pocket about what we just took in with the bear call spread. So kind of this is a costless hedge. And we're risking about 22 to make 5. Now you could always, if you want to, on a debit spread, go up to the maybe like $5,000 that I, for this portfolio. Which would be around, yeah, risking 49 to make 12,600. Like I said, one of the original Tredges from like weeks ago, in mine, when I looked at it yesterday, was like 16 grand. I think it's over an AR. So this is how you get like a 16 grand trade. You make 2 grand on the bear call spread, and if the market slams on this debit spread, right? But only do 3 contracts, I think it was, if you just want to risk the $2 to $2,100 ish that we kind of took in on the bear call spread. Now, as we're doing this, let's also just talk about this. Delete. Maybe you just buy some puts down here. And obviously those are $21,000 because I'm not buying, just get rid of that. Wiz, I'm just going to buy a lottery ticket put. Right? That's a lottery ticket put. So let's kind of draw out what we're doing. This, ladies and gentlemen, we got the bear call spread up here. That's easy enough. Sell those calls, buy these calls. Just buying whatever those puts were, 39.25, whatever is what. Look out below. You're not capping your profit. Man, if it is a big lookout below, you have, quote, unlimited profit, or, S&P at 0. We're all dead. But those puts are expensive. Just that one put I just showed you was $3,100. So that's why I'm selling a lower strike call. It limits the profit. It puts a basement in, but I don't, unless we all dead from a nuke. I don't see a massive implosion. But I like talking through every once in a while how to maybe build your own thing, right? So that's kind of a burner trade down if you just bought puts. The Tredge-ish would be what? Sell. Tony, I'm looking at the 100-day moving average. That's how I selected these strikes. Let's go back over here. The 100-day moving average is that green line, and it's at 39.19. So I literally picked strikes in between there. I think 3,900 would be, there's resistance, there's a couple resistance and support lines at 3,900. So that's why 39.19 is right between our debit spread. Okay? Does that make sense? Sell, sorry. What did I say? Like 7 contracts? 7 or 8? Buy 7 of the 39.25s. Why isn't this working? There we go. So this would be the debit spread. Let me grab a screenshot. You could just do the debit spread, folks. You know what, Wiz? Nah, I'm not, whatever. You're half pregnant in these things. I don't like being half pregnant trading, but you could say bear put spread 228. You could say, I'm just kind of a debit spread in this case person. All right, great. That's you. And the SPX is really breaking down, so let's try and get filled on these now. I like chasing Tredge, man. That was fun, but never got filled. Shameless plug. Be in the lifetime group so we can do this stuff together. 228 metric. I'm probably going to do a couple of these in my personal account as well. All right. Good stuff. I love it. All right. Filled on debit. Tredge is just completely ran away. Oh my God, that's awful. Canceled. All right, well, let's try and get this on here. Bob just got kicked out of Lifetime Group. Email support, Bob. I have no idea what that means. I'm the only person that controls access to the Lifetime Group, and I did not kick you out. You can shoot me an email. I don't. Yeah, just shoot me an email, Bob. Or actually don't. You're right here. See this, Bob? I'd close it and open there, you're right here, man. So you're not kicked out. I don't know. If you don't see the trades in the Max Afterburner, well, this is what's funny, man. Let me, folks, there's 211 members currently in Max Afterburner, our lifetime group, 211, 210, not including me. But there's 190 in the trades only thread. I don't know how many times I've told. Let me just post this. Yeah, it's. I just close and open it, Bob. You're. Let me make sure you're in here too. I just close and reopen. I don't see in the. Where are you? B.O. Brian Ventry. Brian. I don't see in the trades only. Oh, it's just a glitch in the group me. Okay, yeah. I don't know what's going on, guys, with the group me. I mean, it's close it and reopen it or something like that. But let me post this real quick in the since I can't post it for everybody because everybody isn't in lifetime. Let me just do this real quick. Let me copy this and paste it in the reminder. Reminder to click here for access to the trades only thread. There. So. All right, guys. I have no idea what's going on. So obviously it's a problem with GroupMe. So I don't control GroupMe, but let's see if I can figure out what. Yeah, I mean, it's on my phone. Everything's working on my phone. I don't know. Are you guys not seeing it online? I'm not seeing any problems. So I can reach out to support, but I don't want to take up non-lifetime members' times. All right. Well, I tried, man. We tried to we tried to do Target. We tried to get bearish, and some of you made money in the brief, which is great. So let me grab a screenshot of this just to show you that what we did today. We tried. So a little bit of a view of what we did. All right, good stuff, man. Good brief. Just ask me. Primary 228. Keep an eye on Target though. If it keeps going down, or maybe if it gets a technical bounce, it's definitely tradable right now. Keep an eye on it. This is a nice. Wow, look at that. Dang it. Lesson learned, folks. I need to be quicker. I had Target. Obviously, I was going to brief it. I'm like, that 2.5% pop on shitty earnings outlook, this thing's going to sell off. And I waited. So Mike or Serge over in the Afterburner group, good call, man. You beat me to it, and I love getting beat. So good for you, Arthur. Yeah, we started talking about the bear call spread right up here, and it imploded, and it ran away from us. So I love it. I love doing that shit live, man. So, yeah, exactly, Ken. That's actually a better idea. I might start doing that. So, all right, guys, I got to go. Quick reminder. We still have to put like some FAQs up on this page, but if you know anybody who wants to go flying in a fighter jet and save a veteran's life, we're going to need your help. We're going to do we're doing a retreat May 1st through 8th in Austin. Got some great stuff going on. Filming. Quick update for the documentary, folks. I know Karen wrote me an email yesterday. I've just been so buried, but folks, we shot in Costa Rica. We have a new producer who was actually in Costa Rica for a Super Bowl party, and he's like, "Dude, I'm getting a driver, and I'll be there." So, got some good stuff. Got I think Aaron and I's spiritual bath, which was very moving. We were together, but not in that sense. And May we're going to heal Americans in America. What a fucking concept. Brilliant, Wiz. No, it's not brilliant. It's the way it should be. Just had a call with Cody before we got on here. Oh, the documentary here. Filmed a little in Costa Rica, but the big film is going to be in May 1 through 8. in Austin. You ready for this? There is no documentary film. It's over with. Now, if you're panicking right now, let me give you the good news, because we talked to Cinedyne, talked to a studio. You know what they said? Yeah, really not interested in that documentary. And I was about to cry. And then they said, however, how about a 6 to 8 episodic series? And then I jumped up and yelled. So documentaries right now, they're like, nah, hour, 2 hour documentary. Nah, how about 6 to 8 episodes? And I could not have been more blown away. Nothing guaranteed, but they're like, so I can brief. We're going to do a standalone No Fallen Heroes brief. I got a lot of shit to brief you on, but Karen wrote me yesterday and I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? I haven't talked about it in a while because I've just been buried. So 6, 8, or 8 to 10, I forget the number they finally settled on, but they're like, holy shit, man. Traveling around Mexico, Costa Rica, Austin, there's just so much content. We don't want a documentary. And again, I almost fell out of my chair. I'm like, fuck. And they're like, no, we want more, which was great news. Absolutely fantastic news. Andrew, I can't wait either. That's why Aaron is going to call Susie, and Aaron's going to help us set up an online store for the foundation so we can get merch out, so everybody can start wearing the brand as well. But again, folks, if you got anybody who wants to fly in the jet, maybe do a dogfight, let me know. And oh, thanks, Arrow, I appreciate that. And it'll be fun. Yeah, there you go. They put the FAQ down here. Awesome. And we need the hyperlink to the waiver there. All right, guys, I got to get going. Good stuff. I'll get the replay posted here shortly. I'll text and email out the Tredge right now, and we should be good to go. Really, Tony? Awesome. Hey, Tony, why don't you shoot me an email and I'll hook you up, or Aaron? Let's talk. I know shit about all this stuff. I'd rather defer and turn this over to people who know what they're doing. But yeah, man, if you and Aaron can talk, or we need help with an online merchandise store on No Fallen Heroes. If anybody in this room can help, reach out, and Aaron, and maybe Aaron can kind of help us a little bit and take lead on that. So awesome. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Namaste, fights on, and basi, yao, yao. Truth, truth, truth. God bless, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. We'll see you.